What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Blood Diner. So this was a first time watch for me. I've seen the cover for this movie for quite a while, and I thought the cover was intriguing. It kind of piqued my interest, but I never looked into the movie further. I was like, oh, that's a cool cover. I'll probably check that out one day. That looks like a horror movie. That looks, kind of up my alley. Let me check that out one day. But I never checked it out. I procrastinated. I was slacking, and the other day I was scrolling through episodes of this podcast that I've been listening to. It's called Beyond the Void. It's a horror podcast, and I was scrolling through episodes, and I saw the title, Blood Diner. I saw the cover, and I was like, oh, I want to check that out because I've been listening to the podcast, and I'll only listen to episodes where they cover movies that I've seen. I don't want to get movies spoiled out here. Nobody wants that. I used to do that though. I used to just listen to podcasts of like talking about movies that I had never seen. I would just get all the movies that I liked like spoiled. Like I knew like the ending to Sleepaway Camp before I even saw it, which is, I don't know why I did that to myself. I feel like a stupid dummy, but I don't do that anymore. So I only watch episodes of this Beyond the Void podcast of, where they're covering movies that I've seen. So I was like, I want to check out this movie. So I looked it up and I read the plot synopsis. I'm like, that sounds absolutely insane. I have to check it out. And I'm like, if I check out the movie too, then I could listen to another episode of the podcast. So I'm like, that's sweet. So immediately when I checked this out, I read the plot synopsis. I'm like, let's go. This sounds right up my alley. I was kind of in the mood for something like crazy, random, like schlocky, some real crazy movie. And the vibe of this movie, it's something like a Frank Henenlotter movie or something like Street Trash. Like it's kind of like an exploitation movie. It's super debased. It's super gory, bloody, inappropriate, offensive, crazy, random. Like this movie was nuts, and I was in the mood for something like that. So this movie hit the spot. And in terms of an overall rating, overall opinion, I thought Blood Diner was good. I had a good time with this. I enjoyed the movie overall. So now I'm gonna jump into a little plot summary here for you all. So the movie focuses on these two brothers, George and Michael Tutman, and they own this vegetarian restaurant, but it's not really a vegetarian restaurant. They actually serve people human meat, but everyone's like, what's the secret? You got to tell me the secret recipe. Why is this vegetarian food so good? It's like it's just human meat. That's their secret. So yeah, they're two wholesome guys running a nice little vegetarian restaurant, and they keep their Uncle Anwar's brain in a jar, and their Uncle Anwar's brain has eyeballs on it, and their uncle's brain tells them that they have to resurrect this ancient goddess named Sheetar. And in order to resurrect this ancient goddess, they need to kill a bunch of promiscuous ladies, and they need to basically sew their body parts together, kind of like Pieces or Frankenhooker. They gotta create this Frankenstein woman, this woman made out of pieces of a bunch of women for some reason, and that's gonna be like the vessel for this goddess Sheetar to come back. And once they have this body constructed for the goddess, they need to have this big feast, this big ritual, and at this ritual, they're supposed to sacrifice a virgin girl to the goddess. So yeah, that's the basic plot summary. And yeah, along the way, Michael and George, they're just basically killing all these random ladies in order to create this vessel for this goddess to come back. So that is the basic plot summary. I mean, that probably sounded really crazy, but I'm gonna get into some other stuff. Like, it's just the that's not even, that's just that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many crazy random things going on. If you thought the brain in the jar and the ancient goddess resurrection and the killings, if you thought that was nuts, it gets crazier. It gets deeper. The rabbit hole goes deeper than you thought. So this I don't have too much to touch on. I really just want to touch on all the random stuff that's going on in this movie, and then the kills, and then I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna skedaddle. I'm gonna leave you all to do whatever you do. I don't know. Just maybe you watch this movie or something. I don't know, or eat a sandwich, or read. You could do a crossword puzzle. There you go. So, I'll be short and sweet so you can get to your crossword puzzle, so you can get to your I don't know, whatever you do. Maybe you have a life, unlike me. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you to that. Okay, jumping into the random stuff. Like I said, they have their uncle's brain in a jar. They just, at the beginning of the movie, they're kids, and their uncle comes back. He was like a serial killer, and he's killed by the cops because he just like comes at the cops with a knife, basically. And yeah, they just hit up his grave site, dig him up, snatch up his brain, put it in a jar, and yeah, their uncle's brain is just talking to him throughout the whole movie. That's crazy. That's random, but it looks really cool. It's just like a jar filled with water, and then their uncle's brain just has these eyeballs popping out. That's great stuff. Super random, super cool practical effects. I love it. It's like a little creature effect type deal, little monster movie action. So I dig it. You also got some black magic going on. So in addition to random uncles talking brains, you got some black magic. You got these guys trying to do this big ritual, resurrect this goddess. I'm here for it. It's they're out here doing magic. They're getting a little bit spiritual lyrical miracle with it. So I'm here for it. Also, cannibalism. Like, there's so many layers. There's so much stuff going on. They're cannibals who do black magic, who talk to their uncle's brain. Like, there's a lot of crazy elements. Like, people who are not familiar with this movie, they're like, is this a real movie? Did you make this up? Like, I can't make this up. I'm not creative like that. Like, this junk is crazy. Yeah, just the fact that there's an ancient goddess that they're trying to resurrect, that's crazy as well. And then you got this random puppet guy. There's this like rival restaurant owner, and he just is always hanging out with his puppet. And I initially thought it was like a ventriloquist situation where he just doesn't have any customers or friends or anything, so he just voices the puppet to like talk to himself. But then the puppet was talking, I didn't really see his mouth moving, so I'm like, is this puppet supposed to be a character in the movie? I don't know, but it's a life-size puppet that has a weird voice that hangs out with this guy. It keeps getting crazier. The more you talk about this movie, the less sense it makes, but that's why it's great. It's the bomb. You got zombies too. You gotta have zombies. I mean, I don't think they had enough different stuff going on. Black magic, cannibalism, ancient goddesses, random puppets. That's not enough. Like they were sitting down writing. They're like, what? I mean, I don't think there's. I mean, nobody's gonna watch this movie if it doesn't have zombies. We need zombies. Like, come on. Like, what are you thinking? Like, throw some zombies in there too. So what? We got a talking brain. We got this ancient goddess. You forgot the zombies. You can't forget the zombies. They didn't forget the zombies. They know their stuff. They did their homework. So there you go. And then this is just one random scene. This isn't like a theme or an element that's like like a recurring throughout the movie, but there's this one scene where one of the brothers, George, is fighting this naked chick, and I feel like the fight goes on for so long. Like there's this girl, and she was like having sex with her boyfriend at night, and then like she just had like she had some crazy pubic hair going on. Like back in the day, they were not playing with that. I just like couldn't stop thinking about that. I'm like, goodness, like she was a beautiful lady, but I'm like, god damn, like that's a lot of pubic hair going on. I'm like, god damn, like homegirl had an afro down there. But anyways, yeah, like this gentleman George, one of the brothers, he's fighting this naked chick. She just had all of a sudden like she's just some normal chick, and then she just busts out like the craziest kung fu moves. Like she had been training her whole life for this moment. Like she was like a triple black belt. I don't know if that you can go triple black belt. Like you could be like triple platinum. You could be what do they call it? Like when you prestige in Call of Duty, you could be like double prestige. So maybe you can be double, triple black belt. I know you can get like stripes on it or something, but anyway, she was like high level kung fu, and then she's just naked the whole time fighting him for like what seemed like 5 minutes. Of course, it wasn't really 5 minutes, but it was so prolonged. It was hilarious. But yeah, that I had to mention all that random stuff. I loved it. There was so much going on. It was just like this. It was like a roller coaster ride. I was like, it was just like this movie was like super random, and I was always just like, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? Like it kept me on my toes. Like it was just, it was crazy. So there you go. The rest of the crazy stuff that I'm gonna talk about is related to kills. So basically, I'm gonna talk about kills, but yeah, kind of explain some crazy situations related to the kills. So the kills overall were really good. Excuse me. They're gory. They're bloody. They're pretty much all on screen. No cutaways. And let me tell you what, the kills were really creative, and a lot of them had this like super dark humor to them. They were fantastic. So this kill that I'm talking about, you can find the clip of it on YouTube. If you look up this movie, you look up Blood Diner. It's like one of the clips on YouTube that you'll see. It's got like 22,000 views or something. It's they're like the brothers are trying to get into this club, and then they can't get in. This like bouncer, he's like, hey man, I need some ID. So then they just like throw this guy into the street, and there's this car that's on hydraulics, and like the front tires are going up and down, up and down, up and down, and then like the car just like is like bouncing, smashing on the guy's head, and like everyone's laughing. That was great. There's another kill related to a car where there's this gentleman, like the one brother George hits this guy, and then he's just like this big guy, this like big like 350-pound guy, and you know what that guy looked like? He looked like the guy, I haven't seen this movie, but he looked like the guy in that movie Slaughterhouse, like the killer in that. I haven't seen that movie, but I've seen like images of it. That's what it might have been the same actor. I don't know. But anyways, that guy, he gets hit, then he gets back up, and he gets hit, and he gets back up. It's like in Scary Movie when like they like kill the guy, like when it's like the I Know What You Did Last Summer parody. Like it's like that. Like he just keeps running over this guy, and this crazy like Latin American music is playing, and well actually it would just be Latin because I think it was in a different language. I can't remember exactly, but it was like this like kind of like upbeat fun music is playing, and it's like I feel like the whole song played. George keeps hitting this guy, going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, while this super lively, dancey, upbeat music is playing. That was great. There's this one instance where one of the brothers puts on a Reagan mask, and there's this group of people dancing, and it's like this one guy is instructing them, and it's just this room full of like naked chicks. Like I don't know if it's I forgot what it was. Was it a naked aerobics class, or was it like were they exotic dancers and like they were just practicing, and like why were they naked if it was just their practice? I don't know, but it was cool. Like it was nice. I wasn't mad looking at it, but it was like it was just a bunch of like random naked chicks dancing, doing some like aerobic dance routine, and then one of the brothers comes through with a Reagan mask, and he's got like an M16, and he just like mows them down. He just like shoots all these people doing this aerobics class. Like, I was like, what the F? Like this, that junk, like you could not get away with that these days. Like this, that's what I'm saying. Like this movie, like it's like gory, it's offensive, it's just, it was crazy. It was a thrill ride. I was like not believing what was happening. I was like, it just kept getting crazier and crazier. So that kill sequence was crazy. The one brother Michael, he like puts batter on this girl, like batter as in like batter that you put on fried food, and he like deep fries her head, and her head gets all deep fried. It's like this big circle. It looks kind of like a donut hole, and then he proceeds to decapitate her. That was great. That was super creative. There was that deep fryer kill in Return to Sleepaway Camp too. That's the only other time I've seen like a deep fryer kill. But I mean, in that movie, they didn't have the person's head actually turn into like a deep fried dough ball, looking like a donut hole. Like that was funny. Like that's what I'm saying. Like all the kills were super creative, and they were like really darkly comedic. Like the kills in this were so good. Like this, I feel like this movie, like, you know, I don't know if a lot of people would get into this movie overall, because like I said, it's like super B movie, schlocky, weird. Like this is a weird movie. Like you gotta be in the mood, and you gotta be into these type of movies. But like I feel like the kills in this are really good and stack up to like bigger slashers, or even if they don't stack up, like they're, you know, they're very close. Like, or just like the creativity is there. Like I feel like nobody, like people should be talking about the kills in this movie, because they're like really like the creativity, like the comedy, like the gore itself was good. Like, you know, there's so many movies where it's like, even in the big slashers where it's like every kill is just a cutaway, like, or if someone gets stabbed, it's like this movie you see everything and it's creative. Like I was geeking out. And then there's like the last one I'm going to talk about. There's other ones too that are really good, but you know, I want to leave you all to do your crossword puzzles or whatever you do. I don't know, maybe you could I don't know, go out, make a cool video, like a dope I don't know, go make a short film or something. That'd be sick. But anyways, the last kill that I'm going to talk about is, there's one guy, the rival restaurant owner. The brothers like chop off both of his hands, and then he's driving just with like his stubs, and there's just blood splattering all over the windshield, and then he like quite literally like crashes out, just crashes, like boom, like crashes his car, boom, he's dead. Like that junk was like, I don't know if I explained it well, but the way it played out was so funny. It's like they're like laughing, they like cut off his hand, and they just like swing around the window. It's like, hey, what's up? Like they don't actually say, hey, what's up, but then it's like, hey, and then it's like chop his other hand, and then he's just like, the blood is going everywhere. Like it's done in a comedic way. Like I'm not a sicko. Like it's kind of played for laughs. It's like a dark comedic kill, but it's super bloody. It's super gory too, and I mean, it did look pretty fake when his hands are getting cut off, but I mean, it was the fact that it was so funny, and the fact that it was so bloody, and you got to see everything. Like, I'm not worried. But yeah, actually, I didn't touch on that, but yeah, the practical effects in this are great. I'm gonna get into spoiler territory, but at this point, it's later in the video, so just a warning. I'm getting into spoilers, but once they resurrect the goddess Sheetar, like she's got these like spiky teeth, like almost like shark teeth, and she's got this giant, like her chest is like this giant mouth with these super sharp teeth on each side, and it's like this like vertical mouth. It looks like a Venus flytrap, and then she like later on, she's like shoots this like electrical magic stuff, and she'll like explode people's ears and stuff. Like you had the brain in the jar. Like the practical effects in this, like when people are getting decapitated, it looks great. People are getting cut in half vertically, it looks great. The practical effects in this were great. That's what I'm saying. It's like something like Street Trash or the Basket Case movies, like like Basket Case 2. The practical effects are crazy. You have all these creatures and monsters and street trash. You have all these neon exploding homeless people. Like this, maybe it's not on that level of practical effects, but it's up there. Like it's it's pretty good. So yeah, basically, in terms of a recommendation, I'm telling you what, this was a really good movie. I feel like nobody talks about this. I never knew anything about it, and I'm glad I checked it out because I had a lot of fun with this. So if you're a horror fan, if you're into these crazy, wild, weird B movies, and you want to see some cool kills, I would recommend Blood Diner. So that has been my recommendation, and that has been my review. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.